Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 34 of the Pokemon Cup Series. Today we're here at Sawmill Speedway for the running of the Pokemon Let's Go Eevee 325. It is the last race of the second round of the playoffs, and after this race, 16 drivers will be down to 8 to compete for the championship. And they'll be facing off on this 2-mile road course. It's the last one of the season. It's 11 turns and a lot of trees. And if you played NASCAR Thunder 2004, you all know this track very well. I've even posted a lot of races on my channel at Sawmill Speedway. Always a very fun track to run in, and now we get to see it in action here in Entertown 3 Universe in the Pokemon Cup Series, who have run this track for a couple seasons now, and it's always been a fun track to run, and it's always been a fun race to decide who advances to the next round. It's always a perfect playoff race to have this on a 2-mile road course. It's the biggest road, it's one of the longest road courses on the schedule, and it's the one of the most challenging since it's a lot of ups and downs, literally, and lefts and rights. So a lot of really tough corners they'll have to navigate through here today. Anyway, starting on the pole, we have the 22 of Riley Spurlytube. On the outside will be the 12 of Matthew Amdev. Both are Penske teammates on the front row. Row 2 will be Chip Ganassi teammates with the 42 Sebastian Kukulon and the 1 of Cullen Francis. Row 3 is DJ Kirker in the 88 and James Richardson the 17. Row 4 will have Daniel Bouchard in the 96 and Diego Yepes in the 34. Row 5 is the 3 of Marcus Sacchi, who's already in the next round by winning at Dover, and Priya McShane in the 18. And row 6, we have Jonathan Fast, who also locked his spot into the round of 3 with a win at Texas last weekend, and Rich Roy in the 14. And then there's Christian Vargas in the 00, and Brandon Tharp in the 24, and running out your field are John Mendez and Evan Hunter. Let's take a trackside now for the command to fire up the engines at Sawmill Speedway.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
Just like what we spoke about in the transporter, the first half of this race is going to be make sure we stay out there, stay out of trouble, stay out of the wall, stay on the lead lap. Second half of the race, that's what we go for, bud.
And here we go, folks. Cars are rolling out. It will be an 18-lap race around Sawmill Speedway. We were going to race in the night version, but unfortunately, though, when I tried running it, the pace car, when the caution came out, it wouldn't come onto the track, and the race just couldn't be restarted. So hopefully this doesn't happen in the daytime version. But we're still using the 2018 update that was recently released from Action Pack Tracks, who were the ones who made this track in the first place, so thanks to them. But now we're going to have a great race here at Sawmill. Hopefully nothing goes wrong. Anyway, we're green here in the Lumberjack 325, or I should say the Let's Go Eevee 325 here at Sawmill. Looks like Matthew Amdev got a better jump than the 22 did. But now here comes Spurlytube trying to fight back. These guys are not going to be teammates today, as they're both going to be fighting to advance to the next round. We don't even know if both of these guys are going to advance into round 3. So they're going to have to race like their spawn is on the line. We'll add up all the points at the end of the race. It looks like the 6 car of Michael Cano got off to a real bad start. Cullen Francis moves up to the 2nd position, and Sebastian Kukulon, his teammate, tries to follow him. Oh, look at that. The 22 is trying to block the one. Did you see how the 22 was trying to block him? Wow. He's been really trying. And now they're going to go down the low line. Oh man, he's trying to find the lane. He's been working hard to try to find that perfect lane. A lot of S-sweeping curves that could change an outcome of the race. Look at Cullen Francis go way down, trying to get that pass. James Richardson is up to the 5th position now, so he's in the top 5 currently. And now a battle between Rich Roy and Brandon Tharp. Looks like Tharp's going to win the battle. But here's what all these drivers are going to have to go through today. A lot of corners, a lot of sweeping curves, all trying to be surviving here today. I don't even know they're going to catch Michael Cano right now, but look at Marcusacci. He just made a pass on Daniel Bouchard. Doesn't even need to win this race to advance to the next round, but he's trying to get another victory here today. Like everybody here competing at Sawmill. Look at the 34 trying to get by. That's Diego Yepes, and we have a spinner. DJ Kirker just spun. Is there a caution? Yes. Is the pace car going to come out? Yes. Yeah, the pace car did not come out when the caution came out on the night track, so that's why we're not using that. But the day version, thank goodness it did, because I would have been so angry if it didn't. Oh, wow. James Richardson. He took a real bad run on the corner and he hit the wall. I guess he just couldn't see where the grass was. And he hits Kirker. And Kirker goes in the wall and spins. Just was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And what a shame for DJ Kirker. The underdog in this playoff field takes a big hit with that spin. At least he's able to continue the race. He was able to continue and run and take the caution flag. But he really did not need that. Riley Spurley 2 will lead the field to the yellow. All the top 12, by the way, are playoff drivers. So this has been a playoff affair right now. And no one is retired because Kirker was the only one that brought the caution out. So let's see how this restart's going to go down. Green flag is back out. Looks like Sebastian Kukulon is trying to pass through his teammate. But he can't quite get there on that high lane. And now Cullen Francis is going to have to hope that the 22 makes a mistake so he can pounce on him. Brandon Tharp drops back as Evan Hunter moves up. Evan Hunter trying to get all the playoff spots he could to advance into the next round, possibly. Already 3 wins. He's one of the favorites, and he does not want to, obviously, blow his chance at a championship. Trying to make the pass on Daniel Bouchard. And Ethan Wickenhauser's on pit road. So Ethan Wickenhauser is on pit road, and I guess he had a problem, so he is pitting. But Evan Hunter is making passes, and he just went by Brandon Tharp. Still trying to get that top 10 and maybe get all those points he needs to get into the next round. We saw James Richardson mess up on the corner and cause a spinner. And now we'll see if that will happen again, or will they have learned their lesson? Oh, Francis is 2 in the grass. Was way too low in the grass. And now the 22 pits as the leader. So he's going to pit right now. We might see another pit stop from the 22 in the race, but yeah, I think there's going to be another pit stop later on with 11 laps to go. So he's going to be doing the smart thing and pitting right now. And a couple other cars have pitted, and they have are not involved in crashes, I might add. So let's see how this race down pit road is going to work. Yeah, I really don't get a lot of good views from this. Spurley tube is out. And then now let's see who's going to come down on this at this moment. Well, it looks like Dexter Black was caught up in a scuffle, and he's on pit road. That's why he had to come to pit. So here we go. The leaders are pitting, and Brandon Thorpe is going to stay out to be your leader. Brandon Thorpe is leading, and he hopes for, well, caution's out. But did he take the caution as the leader? Did the caution come out when he was leading? No. Right there is when the caution came out. He had already crossed the start-finish line. Oh, wow. Gatlin Downey and Ryan Butcher. I think Butcher got into Downey. I don't know what was that about. But this is probably not going to help Brandon Thorpe's chances out at all. He's going to be left as a sitting duck now. All the others pitted, and looks like Priya McShane came out first. And those who did not pit might be in a disadvantage. Thorpe just took the lead as the caution as the leader. The other cars have just come out of pit road, and now I think he might be out of gas. Yeah, he's out of gas. The caution did not help him at all. I don't know why he decided not to pit. Well, I guess pit road was closed, so he could not pit. He couldn't pit because pit road was closed because of the caution, and now he stretched it too long, and he's out of gas. He's not going to make it. He's out of gas, and so is Priya McShane. So the drivers that stayed off pit road when the caution came out, they're going to run out of gas. They tried stretching it, but then the yellow came out. They thought it was a good idea to stay off pit road and take the cautions as leaders and maybe stretch it out a little longer, running at caution speed, and maybe make this a one-stop race. But it doesn't look like that's a possibility. And Brandon Thorpe and Priya McShane are going to be left out in the cold. So their strategy did not pay off, and unfortunately for those two drivers, their playoff chances just took a huge hit. Wow, this is probably one of the strangest races I've ever done. I've never had this happen before. Thorpe and McShane are out of it. It looks like the leader's going to be John Andrews, who I think pitted under yellow. Oh no, he didn't. He's going to pit now. Oh wow, somehow he made it stretch. Or I don't know, they're just getting another can of fuel, I guess. Maybe try to make it to the end. Maybe they'll make this a 1, 2, or even 3 pit stop race. So that means that the lead is going to go to Cullen Francis. But Dexter Black is going to be in front of the leaders on the restart. So Francis and Kukulon, Chip Ganassi is going to be having a 1-2 run to restart. And there'll be 7 laps to go at Sawmill. Let's see how this one will go down. Green flag is back in the air. Three wide for second place. Look at the 96. Daniel Bouchard just made a move for second. Francis got off to a great start. Oh, it looked like that Bouchard was going to make a boost, but he got near the wall and lost the grip. But I think Marcus Sacchi could possibly make a pass in second. Oh no, he can't. Kukulon somehow keeps second place. Somehow, someway he kept second place away. Oh no, 42 got real loose. And Sacchi took second after Sebastian Kukulon took a real bad run on that corner and he dropped. So Bouchard's going to try to take third place from the 42 with 6 laps to go. And he got the bad run on the high line. He can't do it. And now the 478 just spun. Ethan Wickenhauser just spun out. He just came off pit road. He hit that wall. And he spun. Wow. I don't know if he lost his steering there or what. The caution comes out again. And there'll be 5 laps to go. So now the strategy is, will they stay out and will they make it on fuel again? There's going to be a lot of pressure now. Do they pit under caution or do they try to stretch it out? We know that Cullen Francis will lead us back to caution with 5 to go. Alrighty guys, I have some very bad news regarding the end of the Sawmill race. Remember I mentioned that I couldn't use the night track I used last season because there was a glitch in which the pace car does not go out when there's a caution. It doesn't go out on the track, it just hits the wall and it just stays there. And unfortunately the race does not get back to green, doesn't ever go back to green after that happens. Well, it happened again in the day version, and it looked, when the cautions came out, the thing is, the pace car did come to the track when the caution came out. When they took the start finish line to the caution, the pace car went out as normal. But when the last caution, or in that last caution you saw, it didn't. And I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's something in the track I&I, but I know I didn't screw it up. I know it worked before. I have tinkered with the track I&I, and it has worked before. I don't know what I did to it. I don't know if it's the game itself. I don't know if it's the pace car itself that it couldn't fit. I just don't know what it is, but unfortunately, it happened, and I decided not to go back, not to try again, not to even attempt to restart this race, because I actually already did this like 3 times before I finally got to where it should have been perfect. It should have been like, it should have gone on as planned. I already tried it 3 times already in the night track. It didn't. It had that pace car glitch, so I had to go to the day version. And would you know it, 14 laps in, it happens. So yeah, I just don't want to do it again. I really don't, because I just can't risk having the pace car glitch happen earlier or at the same time. And I just really can't. I just really just don't want to go through that again. So unfortunately, we'll have to call the race after that. After the 13th lap of the race, when they took the caution flag, that was when the race was over, because the pace car did not come off to the track as normal, and it just couldn't restart the race. So let's just say that the race, rain came down Sawmill Speedway, and the race had to be called from there. It was originally going to be an 18-lap race, so we got to do 13 laps, which was a little over halfway of the race. And once they reach halfway, they call the race if rains come down. So I'm doing exactly just that for this race at Sawmill because of what happened earlier. So the results are on the left of your screen right now, as I was able to export what was left of the race and able to score points from that race, even though they did not complete the scheduled distance. They were only able to get 13 laps in the race, and they were able to. I was able to export the results as normal and able to score points as normal. So I'm glad that they have this feature in case something like this happens. And I really hope there's a fix for that. If there's a fix for that glitch, if you know about that glitch in Sawmill, if there's a fix for it, let me know in the comments below. I really need it. Honestly, I really need that fix, because I've never had this before. When I raced at Sawmill, and it just happened randomly this season. I don't know why. I really don't. Last season I think I used the Menix 17 mod, and that had no problem. But the Menix 18 mod, apparently something's wrong with it. So I have no idea why that causes that, and I'm just stunned. So I just decided not to restart the race, not to even go back and redo it, like try to do the last 5 laps, because I already tried this 3 times, and I really don't want to take too long to do it again. And I have other races to do, so sorry guys, I wasn't able to complete the full distance of Sawmill, but I was able to get a little over halfway, and we're able to export the results from there. So anyway, here are the results from Sawmill, and they're all as of lap 13. The moment they took the yellow flag, that's the moment the race ended. So here are the results from Sawmill. As Ethan Wickenhauser, Dexter Black finished 2 laps down, they will still be credited. They'll be credited with 40th and 39th. Eli Bright was a lap down in 38th. Brandon Tharp and Priya McShane finished 36th and 37th. A minute behind the winner. And I'll get to who, and you probably know who won the race because of who crossed the line first, but I'm just going to keep it a little suspenseful. So anyway, the rest of the results on your screen. Riley Spurley-Tube dropped to 28th after the mix-up, and you can pause the video or slow down the video to find where you finished in the race. And the winner from Sawmill was Cullen Francis, as he took the start-finish line of the caution on lap 13, and will be declared your winner at Sawmill. So he'll be the winner of the Let's Go Evie 325 at Sawmill Speedway. So congratulations, Cullen Francis, on the win. And I believe that's his 2nd win of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So congrats to him on that win, 2nd win at Sawmill. And of course, because he's a playoff driver, he will advance over to the round of 8. So he will automatically advance to the round of 8 even after the race was called. So he has been declared the winner at Sawmill. Marcus Sacchi was 2nd, Kukulon was 3rd, Daniel Bouchard was 4th, and Jonathan Fast was 5th. Evan Hunter, Diego Yepes, John Mendes, Christian Vargas were the other playoff driver that finished the top 10. The only non-playoff driver that finished the top 10 that race was Carter Friesen, who finished in 6th, and he was a former playoff driver before being eliminated in the first round. So what goes around comes around. But anyway, because of that error, unfortunate glitch that ruined the race, we weren't able to continue. We weren't able to get the race completely full, but we were able to get a little over halfway, and I'm just glad we did just that. So the Sawmill race is over, and now we're going to move on to reveal who's going to advance over to the next round. So here goes nothing. And these are the results of the 2nd round. We know Francis, Fast, and Sacchi will move on to the round of 8. Also moving on are Sebastian Kukulon and John Mendes with equal points. Daniel Bouchard moves on to the round of 8. Diego Yepes moves on. And finally, the last one to move on is Christian Vargas. 10 points ahead of 9th place Priya McShane. And those below McShane are also eliminated. Riley Spurley-Tube, Evan Hunter, a shocker. I really thought he was going to win the title this season with 3 wins, but he gets eliminated in the 2nd round. That's a shocking blow. And Riley Spurley-Tube started on the pole at Sawmill. It sure looked like he was going to win this thing. But I guess pit road mix-ups and stuff, it just didn't happen that way, and he was eliminated. McShane also started on the high line, but she was also trying to win the title. Had to win at Rockingham in order to get into the playoffs, though, but she did make it far. James Richardson's also been eliminated, also a favorite to win the title. And looks like that quest for that 3rd title is going to have to win next season, but at least he tried. Rich Roy's also been eliminated, another shocker. He also was favored to win the title with Evan Hunter, but it didn't go so well, and he's eliminated. Wow. Matthew Mdev also went home, despite starting on the pole, I think on the front row though. In Sawmill, he did not get enough points to advance. DJ Kirker, the underdog, that spin cost him, and he's eliminated from playoff contention. And Brandon Tharp is the last one to be eliminated from playoff contention. Wow, a lot of shocker. Evan Hunter was eliminated. I mean, I can't believe it. He was the regular season champion, and he gets eliminated in round 2, so once again, the regular season champion will not be the overall champion in the Pokemon Cup Series. So now it's going to come down to 8 drivers here in the Cup Series. It's going to be Cullen Francis, Marcus Sacchi, Sebastian Kukulon, John Mendes, Daniel Bouchard, Diego Yepes, Jonathan Fast, and Christian Vargas. And there'll be 3 more races coming up in the round of 3. And the Cup Series will be decided at Talladega, Orlando, and Coca-Cola Super Speedway. And after Coca-Cola, we'll be down to 4 drivers, and whoever is the highest among the Ford Zenjoltis will be your champion. And just a quick recap to know who's in the Truck Series playoffs and who's in the X Series playoffs for those who did not see those races. The X Series and Truck Series will have their the second round playoffs at Talladega, Pensacola, and Armory Digital. So that's where they're going to have their second round playoff races. It will all be in super speedways. It will be a lot of fun to do those playoff races, and those will be the last races before we get to the championship at Zenjoltis. So you don't want to miss any race coming up in all 3 series. They'll all be at super speedways. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm sure it's going to come down to the wire. So hope you enjoyed this race, even though we had to end it a little early than I wanted it to, but I told you what happened, and I really hope there's a fix for it again. If there's a fix for that glitch, if you have run Sawmill and you've had that problem with the pace car, let me know in the comments below. And let me know if you found a fix for it, because I really need it. Otherwise, I might not be coming back to Sawmill next season, unfortunately, unless if there's a fix for it. I might have to go back to the old Sawmill, but we'll see. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this race, and we'll see you guys next weekend at Talladega.